Is getting a Tokyo Disney Resort hotel package worth it? Because you may be looking at it and wondering, are all of these benefits actually going to, well, benefit you? Hey, I'm David Vaughn. I'm a content creator who specializes in theme park vacations, and I just came back from the Tokyo Disney Resort, bought one of these vacation packages. I'm gonna break down the pros and the cons, pretty much everything that you need to know to make an informed decision before you purchase one of these packages. All right, first let's talk about these vacation packages and what they're intended to do for your trip to the Tokyo Disney Resort. Now, my vacation package was for the Tokyo Disneyland Resort Hotel, but they are available at many of the other ones, including the Toy Story Hotel and the Miracosta. Now, there are a few vacation package types, but basically what they're intended to do is kind of provide like an all-in-one, all-inclusive type feel for your vacation, but you do have some flexibility for how you book, so you can take some of the items off, like the dining, just to make things a little cheaper. But ultimately, these packages typically include your park tickets, pre-booked dining spots, priority access to some of the attractions, and even some goodies that you can take home with you. So what happened to me is I booked this vacation package, and then when I actually arrived to my hotel, they actually give you a physical package with everything included in it. And this would have coupons for riding the attractions, as well as your theme park tickets that you can scan into the app. There were also vouchers for drinks and snacks, and I love this part, some priority access for attractions that I pre-selected. So to break it down for you, first talking about the park tickets. Now, some of the pros of getting the park tickets this way is you don't have to worry, you already know which days you're gonna be going to which park. You don't have to purchase anything separate from your hotel reservation. It's just all included. So I got the 2-day vacation package. So the first day we went to Tokyo Disneyland, the second day to Tokyo DisneySea, and also the third day to Tokyo DisneySea. Now, one of the cons was that it was just kind of laid out for me like that, and there's no park hopper option, so I couldn't go to both parks in one day. The last time I went to the Tokyo Disney Resort, I was able to park hop on the third day, so it was a little bit of a bummer that we could only go to one park at a time. But in the end, with Fantasy Springs open, going to Tokyo DisneySea 2 days in a row was actually the ideal option. Now, we also got the happy entry, which got us into the parks 15 minutes early, except that it actually didn't work with this hotel package. Now, the happy entry is supposed to give you a big head start. Even 15 minutes makes a big difference at this resort in getting some of the popular attractions, as well as booking like standby passes and priority access passes. But because Fantasy Springs had just opened, they were not offering happy entry at all for Tokyo DisneySea. And also, you can't use happy entry on the day of your arrival, which was our first day. So we were totally unable to use this perk at all. I would love to see that updated, and I think in time they'll bring back DisneySea as part of the happy entry. Next up, I want to talk about the attraction tickets. These are little coupons that you get. They actually come in one big sheet and you can tear them off. So before you go to the park that day, you can tear them off, put in your wallet or your purse, whatever. And you pre-select these on the website before you go to the parks. So that way you know which attractions at which times you can actually use the priority access pass, so you can skip the lines to these attractions. And knowing that you normally might spend like 2,200 yen or like 12 bucks or so, skipping the lines to some of the most popular attractions in both of the parks, getting an attraction coupon does feel like a big win, especially when you show up to your ride wait time. You give the little ticket, they do a little cutout of a hole of it. It's got the little hologram on it, feels really official. And then you just get to go straight up, cutting a lot of the line and skipping all the queue. And it was really nice seeing some of these lines that, I mean, like the Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast, that was like a 2-hour wait and we just went to the front. In addition, we wanted to ride that attraction again, so we were able to purchase another priority pass to skip the line for that. And you could totally do that. So you could benefit by not only having what's in your hotel package, but then you can also benefit if you want to ride something again, purchasing another one to skip the line. Now, my favorite thing about this was that some of the attractions had certain times you had to return to them in order to use it, just like you would a lightning lane. In the States, you would have a certain time that you would actually show up. But my favorite ones were like to Journey to the Center of the Earth at DisneySea. We could show up anytime during that day and use that pass. It gave us a lot of flexibility. Now, there actually is a package that sort of has that, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But overall, it wasn't that big of a hassle. There were only 3 tickets that we had each throughout the day, so we knew that there were 3 different rides at 3 different times that we would go to them. And also, I pre-booked these, so I kind of knew in my schedule like how I wanted to pace the park. I think we were late a little bit for the Soarin' one, but they still took it and it wasn't much of an issue. To me, the biggest benefit of these attraction tickets is that you don't have to strategize like, okay, I gotta get to the park hours early and then like rush to this attraction, then rush to that attraction, so that you don't end up waiting hours and hours in line. Also, for some of the more popular attractions where the priority pass might actually sell out, then you don't have to worry about that as well. So outside of ticket packages, you also get vouchers for certain goods. And at first, this wasn't really explained to us in a way that we understood it. We were just told like, hey, you can go to some of the retail locations, and it says it on the back of the coupon, but that you can go and you can get certain merchandise items. So we kind of wondered, hey, if we're seeing that you get a popcorn bag, if you're getting a tote, like, is that something that you just pick something, or is it like a specific one that you actually purchase, they actually pick up inside the stores? And as it turned out, it's not that you can just go in and go, oh, I want this item from Fantasy Springs, it's a bag, so that counts as part of my voucher, right? No, actually, it is a specific special tote bag that I'll show you right now. You get specifically that says the vacation package on it, and this is also show you, this is kind of like the little bag that we got, but it is just kind of like a standard, you know, print on it. It's nothing super fancy. It's got a couple little pockets, a zipper. So you're not getting like your choice of one, you're getting ones that are already printed and marketed for the vacation package. We got a couple of those because each of us got one, and there was also, but like I'm showing you here, like all of it says, you know, Tokyo Disney Resort vacation packages. So you aren't like able to choose what you want from these things. So I will say that I was a little bit disappointed in that, because like I wouldn't choose this particular print. I will say though, shopping is huge there. So if you're looking for something to carry around your stuff in, this ended up being very helpful for that. But I was kind of thinking for the other stuff, like, am I gonna use this again? I don't know that I would. Just know that it's not your choice of vacation package goods, it's what they give you. Now, to me, the biggest benefit of this package was actually being able to get into Fantasy Springs without having to wait, and you also getting the priority access into the rides, so you didn't have to worry about clamoring to get a standby pass and then waiting in a line. And you also didn't have to worry, because this was a really big thing, about not getting on all of the rides on the day that you go, because a lot of folks have a really tough time getting on all 4 rides. This vacation package actually allows you entry without having to get a standby pass onto all 4 rides inside Fantasy Springs. The only one that you don't get the priority access lane for is the Tinkerbell's Busy Buggies, because it doesn't have one. But we hardly waited for any of this. Like, we were able to cruise by everybody else. It was super easy. This was the smoothest part that we could have possibly asked for, and made the vacation package so worth it to us, because we were heavily prioritizing Fantasy Springs. I was so excited for this. It was a big reason that it came at this time. So I do recommend, if you are like really wanting to go to Fantasy Springs, riding the new Frozen Journey attraction, the Peter Pan one, seeing Rapunzel's Lantern Festival, and the Tinkerbell ride, you're probably gonna get all of these. I mean, I couldn't see why you wouldn't. In addition, with mobile order, right now the rule is you have to have some type of entry into Fantasy Springs in order to place a mobile order to like the Arendelle restaurant, actually any of them, the Snuggly Duckling, the Lookout Cookout. If you have access to the land, you can prioritize these mobile orders, and you can probably, I mean, I would highly recommend dining in Arendelle. The food was great, the atmosphere was awesome. So if that's something that you've been looking forward to, then you won't miss out on that. Now, you can't pre-book these, because they're technically like the quick service restaurants, and the ones that you can pre-book with these with most of these vacation packages are just the table service dining with a waiter. Now, a little tip is, and I talked about this before, but I knew that we wanted to prioritize the dining experiences in Fantasy Springs, and since they weren't part of this, I actually just removed the other ones from the package, and it actually brought down the price of my vacation package. So maybe if you're looking at this saying like, I don't know if I want to dine at these restaurants, you can remove them and you'll see some of the costs come down. I also love that we didn't have to rush rush onto these rides. We could go shopping, come back. We could go on these rides multiple times. We were also able to leave Fantasy Springs and come back. It was just really convenient. Just keep in mind, you only get Fantasy Springs Magic on one day. And lastly, I want to talk about the vacation package with unlimited Disney priority access so that you can skip the lines to tons of rides in the park, actually both parks. So if you're not familiar, instead of the coupons that you get 3 per day, there's actually a vacation package that you can book where you can just use the priority access, or similar to lightning lanes to the parks in the US, and skip the attraction queues for several of the rides in both parks. So you might imagine, why wouldn't anybody want to book that? So these vacation packages have been booking up super quickly. So if you're somebody who's like, oh, I really wanted to get that, but I missed out, because yeah, some of these vacation packages, booking them at the Tokyo Disney Resort can be highly competitive. Now, knowing myself, I would absolutely go for the unlimited one. Just like when I tried to show up and book the Fantasy Springs Hotel, I was like totally down. I really wanted to do that. I was a little late on the vacation packages just because I decided to do my trip later than they went up. So during my stay, because I wasn't booking far in advance, I really missed out on that opportunity. But I love the Disneyland Hotel, so I just went with that, and we had a phenomenal time. We loved that hotel, and it was so close to Tokyo Disneyland that we had a great time. And I would have the same mindset. If you missed out on the unlimited package, don't sweat. Get the other ones with Fantasy Springs Magic. The most in-demand ones right now for the Tokyo Disney Resort really are the attractions that are in Fantasy Springs. So really you want to prioritize those attractions first. And as long as you have Fantasy Springs Magic, you'll still be able to enter that land and use the priority access for 3 of the 4 rides in there. And those are the big ones. You don't have to worry about getting there hours and hours early, hoping to get a standby pass, maybe even possibly, even if you do and still miss out on some of the popular attractions like the Frozen attraction and the new Peter Pan one. And even if you don't have unlimited, if you just want to ride another one and skip the line, you could just pay to skip the line. That's what we did, because of course I wanted to ride it again. We only had one day at the Tokyo Disneyland Park, and this attraction blew me away, and I didn't want to wait another 2 hours when I could be using that to do other attractions. You still have some flexibility there, but just to recap, is the vacation package worth it? If you're somebody who just wants it all inclusive and you're willing to pay a little bit more for that, this is great. Really what you're paying for is a stress-free experience. Like I said, for me, the only cons were I didn't love the packaging on the goods, and I opted out of the table service dining. I actually even missed a couple of my breakfast reservations, but it really wasn't the end of the world, and I was able to carry on my day, and I had a great time at the resort, and this vacation package really did contribute to that. Again, I'm David Vaughn. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. I'd really appreciate if you did. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and if you want more tips for visiting the Tokyo Disney Resort, hit the subscribe button. I also post tips for visiting the Disneyland Resort and other theme parks around the world. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.